Right now we have Channel 9's Field Sutton, who has been covering this case from the beginning and joins us now live from the Orange County Courthouse. Phil, your reaction? I know you haven't had a chance to talk to anyone inside the courtroom because, as we saw, they just made their way out. But tell us a little bit about this, and also the fact that Markeith Loyd was in the room after all.
And that we can only attribute, I think, to the fact that they never even had a chance to get him out of there because it all happened so quickly. This all came so unexpectedly quickly. There he was sitting there just as we saw that picture come up and started seeing what was happening in the courtroom. Of course, also in the courtroom, Sade Dixon's mother and the rest of her family. And just after we came out, when the jury started deliberating about an hour and a half ago at this point, Sade Dixon's mother told me, I want him to have the death penalty. I think that is the only fair thing here. He never gave my daughter or my unborn grandson a second chance. Why should he get one? Now this jury has said he does get a second chance, at least when it comes to this specific set of crimes. I have not talked to Sade Dixon's mother yet, but I can tell you, having known her for years now, that she is going to be devastated. This is not the outcome she was hoping for, and certainly having sat through all of this for weeks and having lived through all of this for years, she has a huge stake in it, and we will want to hear from her soon as to what she thinks about all of this. We're also going to want to hear from the Sheriff's Office and OPD because both of them lost members of their teams in the larger process of all this. You have Deb Clayton being allegedly killed by Markeith Loyd at the Walmart. You have Norm Lewis, let's not forget him, trying to direct traffic during the frenzy of the manhunt. He ends up being killed when he's hit by a driver as well. So we want to hear from them and what they think about the fact that the jury has declined to execute Markeith Loyd. I think Bill Schaefer makes a good point here, and I'll tell you what it is. You've got the whole issue of the unborn child, and it has been an issue since the start of this trial and back into jury selection. They screened people carefully, asking them what they thought about a fetus of approximately 3 months in utero. And they were trying to weed out people who said, oh, I could never think of that as a person, because the prosecution needed them to think of that 3-month in utero little boy as a person for the purposes of what you just saw. There was that question specifically, did the jury believe that the victim in that second count of this indictment was a person? And they made a big deal out of the word person today by the defense, under 12 years of age. The defense said, look, you're not given a definition for person here. It's up to you what you think a person is. And as Bill Schaefer said, somebody on that jury made it through that difficult screening process, apparently having convinced them of their views, and then decided today, at least one of them, that's not a person. And you know, the most horrific aspect of this crime was the death of the unborn child. You know, you could make your argument that Sade Dixon may have provoked Markeith Loyd. Obviously, the only person who knows that for sure, who is alive at this point, is Markeith. He made his claims. The jury didn't believe them, clearly, and convicted him. But the bottom line is that baby was absolutely 100% innocent, and nobody could argue otherwise. And yet this jury said, no, that was not a person when it comes to deciding who a victim was in this, and we're not using that as an aggravated factor. Then they said it's not enough to put him to death.
You're exactly right, Field, and the trial for the murder of Orlando Police Lieutenant Deborah Clayton, not yet scheduled, coming up sometime next year. So this is not the end of the Markeith Loyd story.
Again, jury deciding not to sentence Markeith Loyd to the death penalty. We'll continue to follow this throughout the afternoon on WFTV.com. We'll have the latest for you coming up today on Eyewitness News at 4. Right now, we'll be back with more of Channel 9 Eyewitness News at noon.